Welcome, everybody, to episode 183 of the effing title. I am Big Husky.
And I'm your mother.
Boom. And this week, we are going to listen to our mother as she tells us about all of the things. Like why they no longer have beard.
Oh, yeah, I shaved it.
Yeah. Is that what happened, dude? You shaved it?
Shaved it. Started over. Sometimes I gotta start over. And then,
Nope.
I was looking to see how many grays I have. I'm like, oh, gray. It's all gray.
I know what you're talking about starting over. Nope.
Yeah, I had to recycle because when I stressed out, I don't bite my nails anymore. I pick at my beard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, it's because I was picking at it too much. So maybe I was like, get rid of that. Yeah.
Every now and then, I'll sometimes get almost like a formed callus from doing the one where you just grab and then you just pull.
Yeah, and then you'll just be like, it just will come out, and you're like, oh, I'll just go to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Even my girlfriend was like, I see you pick at it all the time. I was like, I know. That's why I said it. So that's where it's at. She hates it.
She hates
it. I didn't tell her, and I showed up. We went out to dinner and stuff last night and did some stuff. And it showed up, and she was like, and I was like, what, baby fat? Because she hadn't seen me with that one yet, so.
I was gonna say that's always a funny one for me, with because a lot of the community now has been within the last year or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of whole people from the first year.
You didn't have one the first year, right?
No, I mean I did. So my hair was shorter, and I had no beard. I shaved both before I started streaming. Of course, you've seen me with no hair, with no top hair and beard.
Yeah.
John, Jeff, Rob, all those guys have. But, a lot of the community hasn't. So it's one of those things where it's eventually, when it does happen, it's going to be a fucking explosion. I don't even think I'm going to shave the beard fully.
Oh, so I shaved my beard off. I saw my first cremation yesterday.
Oh.
That was weird.
Yeah?
Yeah. Man, you ever,
I'm probably going to say no already.
Oh, no. You're probably going to say yes to this one.
Oh.
You ever, grill ribs before?
Okay, this is, very weird. Yeah, okay.
And then you ever, burn it a little bit where you, burn the sauce on them ribs? Mm-hmm. You kind of get that char smell?
That's what it smelled like?
That's what cremation smells like.
That's awkward. Very awkward. You're sitting there watching the cremation happen, and you're just like...
Well, I caught the tail end of it, so, when the door opened, I was like, I don't know what's going to be. I don't know what I'm going to see.
I don't know if I'm going to be upset or if I'm going to be hungry. One of the two.
My spinal cord. That was it.
Oh, really?
That's ashes.
That's wild.
It's still wild. Yeah.
That's wild. Any sort of thing like that is just fucking... open casket stuff as well. No.
Yeah. Cremate me.
Exactly. I'm putting...
Hey!
What?
If it makes you feel better, I saw how big the oven is. We would fit.
Would we?
Yeah. It's not even a tight fit. If we could fit us both in there, not even hugging, we could be fine.
Jesus.
Yeah, we would be fine.
All I know is that I want one of the boys, I don't care which one of you guys, to get my phone, and then an hour after I'm buried, to just so I can send a mass text out that just goes, Jesus Christ, it's cramped in here, to everyone I know. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's one of the things I'm putting down into will. That has to happen.
Jesus, I thought there'd be more room in here.
Yeah,
Thought it'd be cozier.
Do you guys know where I'm at?
You guys didn't spring for the nice Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, Jesus,
coffin mattress.
My fucking back hurts in this, guys. Come on. So from that start, how was your week? How was your week?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. I'm about to round off my 3-day weekend. I'm working tomorrow, and then I have Tuesday off because of 4th of July.
It's so weird seeing everyone's schedule this week to see how companies and people are doing it. I should talk to someone. You ready for this shit? I talked to someone that they have to go in on Monday, but then they have Tuesday for the rest of the week off.
But did they take that off?
No.
Interesting.
I was like, that's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's come in Monday, do a little bit of work, and then boom, rest of the week off.
I'm the only one going in Monday, and then one of my coworkers took the whole week off, and then my other two took Monday off, so they would just have the whole weekend. And I was like, I'll come into work. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Someone had to be there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go in. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm going in Monday to do some editing on some of the POs to make my life easier during the week, and then I might go in Tuesday. I might not. Who the fuck knows?
Who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll find out next month.
Oh, it's my good friend's birthday Tuesday.
No.
I didn't get anything. Like
you got him freedom on the 4th of July.
Freedom. He's goddamn. He's born in Iceland.
That's fine.
Yeah. Greek citizen, like you American, you dirty American.
Make him watch Independence Day and go, "You're welcome." All right.
He loves it.
This happened. This was real.
Loves those movies. Loves Fast and Furious. Will not watch like Interstellar.
Oh, it's that guy.
To this day, refuses to watch Interstellar.
I was gonna say we've talked kind of about that guy before. I think.
Yeah, because I'm like, how can you refuse to watch Interstellar?
How can
Especially when all of us are like, let's watch it, and he's like, no, hey, it's propaganda. It's all propaganda. Right-wing propaganda.
Everything's just propaganda these days. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. Speaking of which, I saw Indiana Jones this week.
Oh, okay.
The new one.
Okay.
Not propaganda, but anti-Nazi.
Okay. Well, I would hope so.
Again, yeah. Get into that. Do you like Indiana Jones? Did you like the past movies minus the fourth one?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go out on a wild card here and say the fourth one wasn't actually terrible. It was.
I really like the fourth one, and I really like Shia LaBeouf. So.
That's the thing is like I love Shia anyway, so yeah. Anytime Shia is in a movie, I kind of am like, I'm gonna give it a shot. I feel like our generation though is like that because of I want to say it's because of Even Stevens. Remember the old Even Stevens TV show?
Yeah, Even Stevens Holes,
yeah. We grew up with him. We knew him. Transformers when we started to become mid to late teenagers.
2007, we were in high school.
Yeah.
You were in high school. Yeah, you were in high school.
I was just leaving high school.
You were probably a senior, right?
Yep.
Yeah. First Transformers came out. That was like a huge movie.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't not see Shia LaBeouf or listen to Linkin Park at that time.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
So,
I think eventually we're gonna see a Shia
He just came out with a movie about him playing a monk.
Oh.
In Spain. And it's like a real European movie because it was a European director, like all Spanish cast.
Interesting.
And Shia LaBeouf as the Spanish monk. Not getting great reviews, but it looks like a pure Shia passion project.
I mean that's fine. I'm more intrigued by those sort of things than the big wig. Let's remake this movie but change 3 elements, sort of thing.
I would have liked if he was in Transformers. If I'm being honest.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But he wasn't. Spoiler talk.
Oh, wait.
I'm assuming you don't care.
Wait. Bam.
Boom. Spoiler talk. He's not in Indiana Jones.
Do they mention him at all? Because
they do a couple times.
Because I thought they completely wrote him out.
At one point, it is a plot point.
Oh, really?
They mention it more than once. At one point, they mentioned it, and I thought that was going to be it. They were going to gloss over it.
Just kind of like, hey, he has a kid.
He dies.
Oh.
Because he died in Vietnam. Because the movie takes place in 1969. We went to the moon in 1969.
Well, so hold up a second. So, because now my
throwback Even Stevens song. Sorry.
Yeah, right. No, my brain is breaking because it's like, so Shia dies in 1989.
69. 69. He dies between 65 and 69.
Then how the fuck was he in Crystal Skull? Because wasn't that more set in today?
No, that was set in the 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that blows my mind because I thought that was set more
post World War II.
Oh shit.
Early Cold War era. Early Cold War, which is
wow. All right.
Yeah.
So they Independence Day Will Smith them. They killed him off.
Yeah. So, Dial of Destiny. Do you care if I spoil this for you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel you're not much of a. Dial of Destiny is a time travel device.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It points. It's like a compass that shows you how to find wormholes to go back in time. And at one point, someone was like, if you could go back in time, because they're like looking for this thing, what would you do? He's like, I would go back in time and get my son not to enlist because it destroyed me and my wife. I guess he married the mom post Crystal Skulls.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, it destroyed our marriage, and I wish I could have been there, say like I love him or something. So I guess yeah, he enlisted. It didn't actually say it Vietnam, but it was that.
It's so, just an assumption, like.
I guess it could have been Korea,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it was Vietnam. Due to it being the height of the war.
Okay.
That was 69 was the height of the war.
That's kind of a cool little. I feel like we haven't seen something like that before, though, like the Dial of Destiny sort of thing, where it's like it shows you where wormholes are, so then you can go back in time. That's kind of a
Fun fact: they went back in time. Yeah, they went back to like pre. So what it is, it's Mads Mikkelsen. You know Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
all-time villain. All-time villain.
I would say I'm going to say this right now. Personally, for me myself, top 5 actor.
Yeah, he's awesome. So he is like a scientist that is one of Hitler's scientists. He's like an archaeologist. He's like Hitler's Indiana Jones. And he is a pure Nazi, but he thinks Hitler lost the war for them. Because at one point, he's like working with the CIA. He like designed NASA rockets to go to the moon. He's like one of those Nazi scientists that turned American post-war. And then he at one point he says to the woman, he's like, America didn't win the war. Hitler lost it. So his whole thing is he's going back in time to kill Hitler for him to take over as the Fuhrer. And that was the whole point of their whole thing.
So the bad guy going back in time to kill the real big bad guy so then he can become the bad guy.
And then win the war. So it's not the first person that's like, if I go back in time, I'm going to kill Hitler. That's what he was going to do. Not for the same reasons.
That's kind of, I mean, this is okay.
So
a lot backed right there.
Yeah. So I think they nailed the vibe of an Indiana Jones movie.
Okay.
There was a ton of CGI, but not like there was with Crystal Skulls. It looked way more practical stuff, way less. There were only a couple times where I was like, oof, that's CGI.
I was going to say, didn't most of the fucking... I mean, I'm assuming most of the budget went towards the de-aging, right?
You know, it's funny. That is one of the scenes. Not the de-aging actually looked very good.
Really?
Very good. You like it wasn't like...
I remember at one point
Star Wars.
I was going to say, at one point it looked bad. From I think it was like one of the original trailers, like one of the very first trailers they released. It was one of those things where it was like it came up and it was like, oh. Ooh.
I was looking for it to look bad. Like I was like, all right, let's see the points where it looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look bad.
Interesting.
There's one scene where he like he like jumps on a train while he's DH and he's running across the top of the train and it's like a side profile, and that's really bad. You like this, and then there was another scene where you see a bunch of Nazis marching, and it was like they were clearly like robots, like they look like puppets. But mostly the CGI was pretty good. Okay. You know what they really nailed? They really nailed convincing you that 85-year-old Harrison Ford could do all this stuff.
That's probably because it wasn't an 85-year-old Harrison Ford doing it.
The de-age thing was only the opening scene. Post that, it was all old Harrison Ford.
Oh, really? Shit.
So for the most part, it didn't take you out of it, because he didn't do a ton of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do a ton of running. There's one scene where he was running away and then he hopped on a horse to get away. So they show him running to the horse, and then it goes back behind him to look at the people chasing him, and then it cuts forward again, and he's on the horse. And I literally laughed out loud. I was like, because I was like, there's no way he could have gotten on the horse that fast.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's literally it was the day of his like retirement party from the college. So he's like this old man retiring, going to pasture. So I don't know. I give
So
not
before
too many spoil. You got some questions actually. You got
well,
questions.
not even questions. So some of the things I saw online, because I've seen some things online. That's why I was fine with it being spoiler talk. Because it's like, one, I'm probably not going to go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm not going to go see it in theaters. But I have seen different things about it so far. One of the things I saw said that it didn't feel like an Indiana Jones movie in the extent of like a lot of the older Indiana Jones movies. Everything feels very organic as you're going through it. Like this felt like it was like thrown into Chat GBT and like give us the 7 top points that we need in an Indiana Jones. That's in every like, that's in every Indiana Jones movie. Okay, here's the
Yeah.
7. There it is. There's the movie.
I feel like that take is based on someone who watched Indiana Jones as a child and not as an adult.
That probably could be true from the people
Because
that
if
I'm
you
thinking
watch
about
it
it.
as an adult, that's exactly what an Indiana Jones movie is.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
Okay, that's fine.
Um,
Like I said,
I don't mean to put. I'm sorry if I'm putting
no,
yours down.
no, no, no,
But I
no,
was
not at
literally
all.
like,
It wasn't even like,
fucking Indiana Jones is a fever dream of an insane person running around
yeah.
and not dying.
I mean, in I forgot which movie it is. And literally, in one of the movies, you remove Indiana Jones, and the exact same movie happens, just faster. Then
So-
the bad guy still gets the thing. The bad guy just gets it earlier. They don't have to do all this other shit. Then they go over to this area, and then they all die. Same shit happens,
Yeah.
just without
The
Indiana
first
Jones
one,
in it.
right?
Yeah, something like that, right?
The Nazis, they open it and they all die.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was,
don't look at it.
like I said, it was one of the things I saw on that, and I was like, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, okay, I could kind of see that, because a lot of movies these days, it does, like, I'm going to be honest, a lot of movies these days, even movies I like, I feel are very much along that same genre. It's like, if it's especially like a series or a franchise or something like that, it's like, okay, in this franchise, what are the top 5 things that are always happening? That's the movie now. That's the next movie. Every movie is just that now, you know? And it's just, it's like, there's very few times where you see it, like, not, I don't want to say even change up, but like they do something completely different. But, so there was that take, and then the other take that I heard was that the female actress there was just annoying.
It's like who she is. If you don't like her, you don't like her.
Is it one? Okay, so it's one of those. It's like a character, like it's
She's a character.
Yeah.
It wasn't because. So have you seen? God, what's the fuck? She's a star on some show. Where God,
I'll look it up. You go.
it's Phoebe Waller-Bridgers. It's like a show where she's a piece of shit. Like that's her whole character. Fleabag. It's called Fleabag.
Oh, okay.
It's a really funny show. Watch the first season. It's really funny, and it's basically like if an Always Sunny character was just about one of them, and she like had internal monologues where she talked to the camera, and she was just like a piece of shit. Like one episode is she can't keep a relationship because she's such a piece of shit, and like there's a joke about her like her drunk calls at night. Her drunk hookup calls are always to her dad, like looking for like approval.
That's weird.
So she just is like her whole character in this is that she's a piece of shit, and she blames it on Indy. So I think that's my take, is that
Okay.
she's a piece of shit, and she redeems herself towards the end. But
I
you
can
know,
see
like
it. I mean, it's. I will say, like, and of course, this isn't going against what you were just saying, but like, for
Yeah.
instance, right? I think being a character like this is what you are is fine, but at some points they can't get too much. And the main
Oh,
example
yeah.
I always think of, War of the Worlds,
the son,
the girl
the girl,
just constantly fucking screaming the entire fucking movie.
Okay.
Like that's
Yeah.
all. That was her whole. It was Dakota Fanning, right?
Yes, it was Dakota Fanning. Yeah.
Just the entire movie. It's just like something happens, something happens, something happens. Ah! Something happens, something happens. Ah! You know,
So
it's
her
just
whole
like,
thing is that she kept double crossing him because she keeps trying to sell the artifact to make money,
oh, okay.
and then eventually she's like, "No, I'm with Indy." She had her. There's one point she did. She redeemed herself, and then that was like the rest of the movie was her about doing the right thing, and it was like maybe halfway through. I could understand not liking her. I probably didn't. I liked Indiana Jones less. You know, because he was fucking. It belongs in a museum, and he's like, at no point had like I don't know. He's like, he just became this old grumpy man. he became Harrison Ford.
Did Harrison Ford just decide to stop acting like Indiana Jones for the movie? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he pulled a Mark Wahlberg where he just showed up in his clothes and was just angry. Um, because the scene opens with him like hung over because he like got drunk in a chair and he like it's the moon landing and he's like, "Fucking, I hate these damn kids in space. We got so much stuff here to discover. We're going to go to space now." It's so if anything, I think you can be upset with Harrison Ford.
I mean,
Because he was like an old. He's just a fucking geezer, dude.
I don't know. When the first trailer came out, I was like, all right, let's see what we got going on. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
intriguing. Let's see what it is. And when the first like real trailer came out, I was just like, this doesn't intrigue me at all. Like,
I say wait, and you got to watch it with like this is Indiana Jones. You can't be like this is like a serious movie.
this is the best movie.
If you just sit there and go, yeah, this brings me back. That's what I kept smiling watching it because I was
Yeah.
like, this brings me back to Indiana Jones.
Fair.
And that's all it was. I don't know. It's not like this one movie's not going to win an Oscar. It's not going to win. You know, like I think it was a very fun movie. People are mad that like just let the fucking thing die. I don't know. Make Chris Pratt Indiana Jones.
I see. I genuinely Jesus fuck! I can't speak today. I genuinely thought they were going to be like that's the whole reason why they brought Shia LaBeouf in on Crystal Skull was that they were just going to be like, here, you're the dude now.
Yeah. No, now he's dead. A big thing is that
Is he still dead at the end of the movie?
Yes.
Oh, that's
So
upsetting.
he spoke out a lot against Steven Spielberg, and has since come out and been like, "Yo, I fucked up. I shouldn't have been like that. I should have just like appreciated what was given to me, but I made a mistake. It is what it is."
Fair.
So he talked a lot of shit about the movie afterwards.
And I feel like that. I feel like this movie came out because they were eventually like. This is how I feel about the Indiana Jones movie. All right, one, I'm not a huge fan of Indiana Jones. I'll watch them.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not a
Okay.
huge fan. I'll watch them. I think they're fun movies, right? I'll watch them, but it's not like I'm like oh, Indiana Jones, let's go, right?
Well, it's in the same vein as Star Wars. I feel like you don't like.
I think
It's all George Lucas.
yeah, I think that with a lot of the franchises these days is you can appreciate them, but it's not like a huge. Either you appreciate them or you just. Let me phrase this: you don't give a shit. You appreciate them, or you are really excited for them.
This movie's not going to create a bunch of new Indiana Jones fans. I will say.
Yeah, so that's my thing is I feel like when I first saw the trailer, like I said, first saw the trailer, I was like, all right, I'm intrigued, whatever. I was like, wasn't expecting Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering if the reason why they were doing it was because like the trademark was ending, sort of thing, or that
Okay.
sort of, you know what I mean? Like they have to make a new movie, or else it goes to the open fucking thing, and then Paramount can take it.
I don't see them Harrison Ford making another one. He's
I don't
fucking
either.
used out.
But I mean, think about it like this: if they did this one now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on whatever the timeline is, 5, 10, 15, however many fucking years it is, right, before you can make a new one sort of thing. At that point, I mean, who is the girl? In the like, what is her role? And like, what is she like?
She's the daughter of one of his research partners. He's actually his goddaughter.
So I'm wondering then. Oh, because what? Is there the fifth one?
Yeah.
So is the sixth one now going to be like if they do a sixth one, is she the lead and Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones is now like the mentor that's for this many little bits and pieces, but she's now taking you know what I mean? Like is that the reason why they decided to kill off Shia and bring her on like you know what I mean? I could see it being
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well this one's doing. So.
yeah, well that's the thing is like I don't know how well a lot of movies are doing these days, bro.
Oh,
it feels
down.
I was gonna say it feels like all movies are
I will
down.
say, all right, let's go to this. The director of the movie, not Steven Spielberg or anything. God, was James Mangold.
Okay, he's the guy that did X-Men, right?
So Ford versus Ferrari,
Okay. Solid.
Logan,
solid.
the Wolverine.
That was the second of the prequels,
the
right?
one that like was okay.
That was the one in Japan where he actually goes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was solid.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Actually, no, I won't say it. It was okay. It was an okay movie.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was better than the one before it.
The only reason why I like the one before is because of the new actor they cast as Sabretooth. That's the only reason why I like the first of the prequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Night and Day, what actually I really liked. To Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, what's her name? God.
Isn't that like one of the like the dating assassin ones?
Cameron Diaz. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then 310 to Yuma, which was another really good movie.
Yep. That was Christian Bale and
Russell Crowe.
there it is. I was trying to think
And
of the second one. I couldn't think of it.
Walk the Line, an Oscar-winning movie.
Yep.
Won one Oscar. They were nominated for 4. Identity, and Copland,
Okay.
the Sylvester Stallone movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he has like a pretty solid. So like that alone is like he can tell it. The movies he makes tell a compelling story, and I think that's the one they want with this different is that they tried to tell us more of a story.
Instead of it being a, this is us trying to find an artifact.
Yes.
And this is all the crazy shit that happens.
Yeah.
This one was, nope, here's the story that we're telling. That
Because,
just so
I mean,
happens to involve this shiny
There's only
new
so
artifact.
many things you can make this fucking 85-year-old guy do. You know?
Exactly, right? I mean, at what point does it just turn into another version of, like, National Treasure? Or, any other sort of, we're going to go find this.
National Treasure 3.
Fuck yes.
I think it's a shame that they didn't bring Nicolas Cage back for the show. I haven't even watched it.
Oh, I'm not going to. Refuse to.
Yeah, I give
So what rating we getting for this?
I give it a 3.8 Harrison Fords and a wife beater out of 5.
Ooh, and a wife beater even. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he was in a wife beater in the opening scene.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah, a wife beater, pajamas,
Wife beater and pajamas.
yelling at hippies
Yeah.
to turn down the music. Opening scene.
That may be
Opening
the
scene as old Indiana Jones. Sorry, I should say, not
even,
opening scene of the
even
movie.
fucking better. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no, like you just said about fucking National Treasure. There's been a lot of movies recently where it's like, or not movies, but like things we found out recently about movies that like didn't happen that were supposed to happen, and it's one of those things where it's like, why are we not doing this? National
Apparently,
Treasure.
Tron 3 is getting made, and people are saying it's starting, and I'm like, I'm not believing that until I see production pictures. So
Until production pictures or the fake logos come out that are like on the back of the chairs that aren't the actual name of the movie, but whatever the bullshit name they give it.
oh yeah, like the code name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not believing it till then. My friend keeps going off about it. I'm like, I'm not believing it until it happens. So
Well, it's like, and it's wild because like you see a lot of these like that for instance, Tron, Hellboy 3. Instead, we got the shitty reboot. Instead
with Perlman, they bring Perlman back.
No, that was what we wanted, and instead we got the reboot with fucking.
I like David Harbour. I think the movie was bad.
I
think he was fine.
My thing is this: that, like when you have a franchise that's like that, where like the first one did well, I think the second one even did well to an extent.
Well, the second one was Guillermo del Toro, so I thought the second one was way better than the first one.
I liked both of them personally.
I like the first one too.
Yeah.
I think the art direction and like the styling and the world setting they did in the second one, I think was awesome.
It went from this is a very small niche thing of like the first one was very
It's like, oh, this is an isolated thing. This department, it's very isolated. There's not a whole world.
It felt very
like, nope. There's a whole fantasy world out
like,
there.
The first one felt very almost like fucking like Cthulhu, that sort of world. I can't think of the name of it though.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like it felt like it was very much just concentrated right in there. And then the second one went, oh yeah, this is still a thing, but there's also all of this.
It's not just a microcosm; it's a whole.
Yeah, and I think that if you're gonna do a movie where you introduce all that shit, there's only one dude that you get to do it, and that is Del Toro.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Zack Snyder. And I was like, well, I mean that too.
I mean, I think Zack does very well in. I think Zack does well in world building, but I think that he does a very good job of mixing the kind of like the ridiculousness of what the actual like content is with it being it's kind of grounded in his universe, like that sort of thing, right?
Did you ever see Pan's Labyrinth?
Isn't that the one with the
Yes.
with the eyes on the hands? No,
Yeah,
isn't that only in like Spanish or something like that?
It is in Spanish.
Yeah, I've seen all the stuff for it and never actually watched it though.
Yeah, amazing movie.
it's Del Toro. I
Yeah, you
genuinely
can
think,
watch in English. Who cares?
yeah, like
Yeah,
I think anything Del Toro touches like that. Like
I
at
think
one
that was.
point, we were supposed to be getting a Justice League Dark with Del Toro at the helm, and it was one of those things where as soon as you heard that, it was just like, okay, fuck yes, because it's like I can only imagine how insane that would look.
Look at Death Stranding. He had his hands in that.
Yeah,
That movie. That movie. I mean, it was like a
I
movie.
mean, yeah, I was gonna
Game.
say,
Some,
but
I don't know. A very fantasy world building.
But Hellboy 3 though with Ron Perlman, we all wanted it. Ron Perlman wanted it. We're not getting it. Fucking as much as I don't like his Constantine, fucking why is there no Keanu Reeves 2 Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves? He wants to go back to it. The fans want it. I prefer the DC TV show version, but that's because
I think that version's great. I think they both have their merits.
yeah, I think both of them do.
As an outsider,
I think Reeves did a good job with kind of like making it his own sort of thing while also keeping the Constantine elements there. Where Matt Ryan on the TV show was just like, nope, that motherfucker is Constantine. Like
I really enjoyed the show. I watched it all too, and still on the outside, know nothing about it. I really enjoyed the show, and I loved his cameos and all the other shows.
So it's like
I think he's even in. Is he in?
he got a he's started off with the Constantine show. It got axed halfway through, and then he did cameos in Arrow a couple times. Then in Legends,
did he go in Lucifer?
No. So that was in the crossover event. In the big crossover event, for Crisis on Infinite Earths, they go to Lucifer.
And it's the one from Netflix, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's such a crazy cross and I actually really like that Lucifer show. Have you ever watched it?
Oh yeah, it's arguably one
it's
of
like
the
a weird guilty pleasure.
I was gonna say the Lucifer TV show is arguably one of the best, and this is something that a lot of people don't realize. One of the best DC TV shows because it is a DC.
Is it DC?
It's Lucifer, Sandman, Constantine, I think Swamp Thing.
We're talking about the Lucifer Morningstar where he owns the nightclub one.
Yep.
Interesting.
So
okay.
all of these characters are a part of Vertigo, and Vertigo is an imprint within DC.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, like, technically, all of that stuff technically is under the DC branding.
I would have guessed that was like a comic book show.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the Lucifer one is compared to the books. I think it is very different. I think they kind of did their own thing, but still, it was a very good show. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. It was entertaining. It was fucking it was actually thought provoking at times.
Mm-hmm. Like I really like the actor who plays Lucifer.
Yes.
I like the dynamic between him, his girlfriend, and the ex-husband.
Yes, and there's a couple scenes where
who's the angel? His brother,
Amenadil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he's like a sociopath.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of scenes where it's like just really provoking, where like he's having conversations with Dad, which of course to him Dad is God, but it's just funny just hearing him say that, and he's just looking up.
Daddy.
Yeah, he's looking up at the sky, just yelling at Dad, and it's one of those things where it's like a lot of those moments though are like, and then like when he's in with the therapist and he's talking about stuff, like he's like,
and then she finally realized,
he actually is, Like there's one whole thing where it's like he goes on about like how much he hates himself and like why does he hate himself, and it's one of those things where it's like it's just such a big feel moment where like you're sitting there, if you have at any moment in your life, which most people have, where you fucking hate yourself, immediately when he starts going into that and you can hear it in his voice, you can see it on his face, immediately you can connect with it, and it's just like, well, fuck, all right. But again, so there's a lot of things though. Going back around circle. There's a lot of movies where it feels like we should just give us the fucking sequel instead of giving us a reboot or a remake or trying to redo whatever the fuck we're going to. Just give us a fucking sequel.
So you get that Indiana Jones sequel, in theory, and people were upset about it. They're like, just let it die. Because I had a friend I was talking to about it, and he's like, dude, just fucking let it die. I hate all these reboots and shit.
Well, so I'll agree with it because I'm not a huge fan of that. But like a Hellboy 3 with Ron Perlman.
But how far have we been removed from that? What did that come out in 2005?
Something like that, yeah.
We're almost 20 years removed from that. That's not much different, I mean, we've had an Indiana Jones in that time, before that time.
Well, the one that I like is the one with the Avatar movies. Is people like, no one gives a shit. It's like that's not what any of the box office numbers
I know,
or
which is
anything
crazy,
says
they're not going to be
because
done until like 2035 or whatever it was.
I think
Probably
yeah
2030.
I think we're getting we're getting 3 within the next couple years. I think you're supposed to get it this year. I thought, but then I think they had to push it. I think. No, I need to know.
I think James Cameron had to push it back because he's like, I got to go down in the submarine again.
Avatar 3 release date. Avatar 3 release date is December 19th, 2025. So in 2 years.
Oh my God, 2 years.
Which, I mean, I'm going to say it like this. You know what? The first one came out in 2009.
Yeah.
So I used to watch something recently, and Zoe Saldana, because that's one that people don't realize is in it, is Zoe. She was in her late 20s when the first one came out. She's like, I'm gonna be in my early 50s when the 5th one comes out.
Well, it's like 28 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna span by the time it's dead.
But
Done.
the thing for me is it's like I'm fine with that. Like this is a series that I genuinely like. The first one I was this is okay. The second one I watched, and the second one I loved. I loved the second one the entire time I watched it.
Did you watch it on Max?
Yeah, I watched it in I watched it in Smitty's.
Oh, you went to Smitty's for
Yep.
it? Oh shit! All right.
Yep, went to Smitty's for it. I'm probably gonna go to Smitty's for the third one as well. You know, but I genuinely know I fucking loved it. I genuinely thought the second one was fucking awesome.
I went with a group of friends and I sat down and I didn't know they were huge Avatar fans.
Oh really?
And one of them looks over. He's like, "Hey, are you ready to go back to Pandora?" I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, stop it. I was like, all right.
To Pandora?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I was like, oh my God.
That's a little bit too. That's a little bit too much.
They were all having a good time with it, but they were like, yes.
I just genuinely thought it was a really cool premise because my thing was that like, of course we knew it was the way of water, right? We had no fucking clue what any of that shit meant. All we knew was that the first movie happened and then this movie happened. We had no fucking concept of what happened in between. And I thought they did a great job of filling the gap between the first 2 movies. But then also being like, this is where we're at
family,
now.
And they have teenagers now.
Yeah. And like they did a fantastic job of like filling in like, they had a family, they did this is what happened, this is this. The first like 20 minutes of the movie is just fucking them like epiloguing. This is what's happened in the last 20 years the movie hasn't existed. And
now we're moving from hot tree people to hot sea people.
Yeah, and now we're going from hot sea people to literally hot fire people.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the third movie we're going there from the way that it sounds like is that they're basically trying to connect all of Pandora together because all these
be red.
Yeah, I'm assuming
orange.
I'm not sure.
Yellow.
I mean, what, that blue? Yellow. We got blue, and then we got like a teal for...
Because they kind of match water.
Yeah, so I wonder...
What would a hot Na'vi be?
I mean, most of them are hot Na'vi, let's be honest. No, but no, so I mean, like, is it supposed to be like... It's supposed to be like the fire people almost? Like the fire nation?
There's probably some sort of drawing or...
I mean, there isn't anything... Ash people. The Ash people are believed to exist in the volcanic regions of Pandora and draw their power from the molten biomes of the world. So that's the next one we're getting. So if it's Ash people, I mean, what, they could be dark. I was going to say darker skinned. Gray would actually probably fit with the blue because if we're going blue, teal, and...
you could do a bluish gray. You could do a bluish gray, kind of like a stingray.
Ooh.
Or dolphin color.
Yeah, I think that would actually work really well. Because I'm assuming
that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
If we're starting off with blue, I feel we went blue, like bright blue, to a more tealy, greeny, seafoam sort of blue. I feel like hard to believe that now we're just going straight to red, right?
That's what I was like. But kind of like a gray, like a shark.
Yeah, I can see that, like a more muted sort of.
Yeah. Oh, they're calling them gray people. I said it. You said it. I didn't say it.
We both said it. All right, so real quick, movies that are coming out for the rest of the year right now that look intriguing. We got Insidious: The Red Door, which is like the 19th Insidious movie.
I thought there was another Insidious movie in theaters right now. Was there not?
That's going to be it because this comes out on the 7th. So
okay.
Then we have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Which looks dope. I'm gonna go see that in IMAX.
And then we have the most confusing day of all time because most people are going to watch two movies
Yeah.
this day. It's Oppenheimer and
Yeah.
Barbie.
Couldn't be any more different.
Couldn't be any more different, but I mean,
Great preview for Oppenheimer, and then great preview for Mission Impossible for Indiana Jones.
oh, really?
Yep.
The Oppenheimer one has been, apparently people are saying like they're coming out of that movie and they are feeling like sick. And like it's almost more of a horror movie than a documentary movie. And I'm sitting there like, what did you guys fucking expect? It's about building a bomb to murder millions of people.
Yeah, and like obviously that dude's not going to feel good about it. He's not a psycho.
Yeah, this is Christopher Nolan making the movie. He's not gonna make you feel good. Like he's gonna make you think, and he's gonna make you feel bad about shit. Like,
Interstellar actually makes you feel pretty good. I think that's like the one that doesn't make you feel bad.
fair, but then also, I mean, let's be honest here though. It makes you feel good towards the end of it, but then you have that one scene where it's just, how many messages do I have? 45 years. Play them all.
Not the end. That wasn't the end though.
That wasn't the end. But still, like that's still that whole sequence there. It's just like, oh god, my heart.
This maneuver's going to cost us.
Oh my god,
18 years, whatever it was.
So then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
which looks really good.
Which looks good.
Yeah.
Meg 2, which looks good simply just because they're fully invested in it being just stupid.
I feel like I gotta watch the Meg one. We talked about this one day. I'm like, I guess he was in both of them. Jason Statham.
They're swimming in a pact. It's like, okay, bro. Okay. Blue Beetle is coming out in August.
The trailer for Blue Beetle.
I'm still.
You know, I was thinking about you when they showed the trailer. One observation is I'm really glad they got. So, you know, like a huge part of all these superhero things or these power movies is that telling people that you have the power, that you like people that are close to you. This one does away with that, and he gets his powers in front of his family.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a different dynamic that I like.
And
then George Lopez.
My thing is that, like, within the past three or 4 months, The Flash is the greatest comic book movie of all time. The Flash is still leading us into the new future of the DCU.
Yes.
And it's just all these things. The Flash comes out. The Flash fucking bombs at the box office.
Yeah. Is it still in theaters?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Now it is. Blue Beetle is actually the start of the new DCU. Blue Beetle is actually the greatest superhero movie I've ever seen. Like, and it's like one of those things. It's like, how many times are we gonna just keep redoing this until, you know, you guys decide to just stop running your fucking mouths? You know. I'm excited for Blue Beetle. It looks interesting. It looks cool. I'm really fucking.
Is it pouring where you're at?
It was this morning.
Oh, because I thought I could hear rain, and I was like, dude, it's pouring.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was pouring here this morning too.
I'm really hoping it's going to do well. My thing is just like, I don't know if it will.
At this point, all right, outside guy, not DC guy.
Of course, yep.
I feel like there's not a lot of interest in DC movies, and especially with these characters that people don't know anything about. Like, I don't know anything about Blue Beetle, and I'm like I would say I'm a pretty nerdy guy who reads in on a lot of stuff. I know nothing about him. It looks really cool. I'm gonna watch it. But I think a normal person is like, "Fuck's this."
Yeah,
Whereas like a normal person, when a Marvel movie comes out, they're like, "Oh, it's Marvel. I'll go see it."
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think DC has that anymore.
DC doesn't have that, and and they've already shot themselves in the foot with this new reboot with the Flash movie, because it's like, okay, so all this stuff's gone, right? It's like, okay, Henry Cavill, he's gone. Everyone knows Henry Cavill is Superman right now.
Everyone's like, why isn't he Superman? And like, like, look at all the stuff where they're taking literally same person, they're kicking him out of The Witcher, and you see how they're justifying that.
They said something like he's a fucking asshole to work with or something like that.
No, well, sure.
Was it the like money thing now, or like,
no,
are you
how
talking about
in the series itself, how they're explaining how?
No idea.
He gets disfigured, and that's what his face looks like after. So he's in this new season, and I think at the end of the season he's going to get disfigured. And he heals, he'll be Liam Hemsworth,
It's just no. Just
a
no.
man who's 15 years younger than him.
Yeah. Or like, have you seen the new actor that plays Superman?
No.
Oh, look it up real quick. It's fucking young Henry Cavill.
Oh, is it?
Oh, and like, I'm not even like, I genuinely wish DeNutte I was joking. I genuinely wish I was joking, but once you see his face,
Who's it? David Cornsweet?
that sounds
Cornsweet?
about right.
David Cornsweet.
Yep.
God, how you fucking David
I mean,
Cornsweet.
literally, just type in new Superman and then go to images, and it literally shows him next to Henry Cavill in every single picture.
Oh, that is just Henry Cavill.
So it's like, okay, Henry Cavill with Superman's gone, right? It's like, or Henry Cavill's still in there. No, he's gone. Okay. We're replacing him with someone that looks just like him, though. Okay. What about Ezra Miller's Flash? Oh, no, he's still around.
Well,
Okay,
I
what
saw
about...
a meme
What
that
about...
was like it was like it was like that Pokemon Surprise Pikachu.
Oh,
Where,
yeah.
like the face you make when you push for a movie to be star a literal criminal and it doesn't do well.
Yeah. But it's like,
Yeah.
Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. No one knows if she's coming back or not. Jason Momoa, he might still be a part of it. We don't know yet. You know?
Probably not.
You know, they already kicked out fucking Ray Fisher as Cyborg, which is the dumbest fucking thing ever. But Ben Affleck, we don't know if he's coming back. He's never coming back, but they're just going to say that right now. It's like, and then it's like, well, what about Amanda Waller? Is she back? Yeah, she's back. Okay, what about Harley Quinn? Oh, yeah, she's back.
James Gunn wife. Yep.
It's just like they're just handpicking these characters that they want back, and then they're just going to replace the other ones. And it's going to cause so much fucking confusion because even though DC has been a shit brand, and I'm going to say it like that, I'm a DC fucking fanboy. DC's been a shit brand movie-wise for fucking, I'm going to say since after Batman vs. Superman, because I think up until that point we were doing okay. Even though people didn't like Batman vs. Superman, that was still $1 million movie or whatever the fuck it was.
Still did really well.
Yeah.
I think that was the last movie that came out that people were like, "Oh, it's DC. We gotta go see it."
Yeah.
I think that was the last, other than the Batman.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's kind of a,
That's a standalone thing.
yeah, it's like a
We don't
nail
need
on the
that.
head sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But like
like-
the last DCEU,
Yeah.
I think that was the last one people were like, "Oh, I gotta see this." And then Justice League, kind of, but not as much as Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, I mean, especially when like we know the backstory of the Justice League thing too.
Yeah.
But like, so it's one of those things where it's like I just genuinely feel like they've just shot themselves in the foot so much now that it just doesn't fucking matter. That's why I don't care anymore about DC movies. I'm over it. I love DC as a brand, but I'm over the movies. I'm over all of it because it just doesn't make sense what they're doing. It genuinely doesn't make sense. If you're gonna restart the whole fucking thing. That's what.
Never a whole ass thing you could full ass some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so, a quick example, in the animated DC world, DC does great animated movies, right? Justice League The Dark Side War. They reset the entire thing. The whole movie ends, and Constantine goes up to Flash, spoilers, at the end of the movie, and he's like, you know what you gotta do. And the Flash is like, I don't know if I, like, have the strength to do that. And he's like, no, you know what you have to do. And then
Is
he,
the
like...
Flash done?
The TV
show?
show? Yes. So
Just finished, right?
yeah, just finished. Yeah. So
Okay, sorry.
so in the movie though, like he's like, you know what you have to do, and it's kind of like I don't know if I can. He's like, no, you know what you have to do, and he just fucking takes off on a fucking straight line, and he like the whole world gets reset. He resets everything, but he resets it to the point where the entire new DC animated stuff is completely brand new actors, new animation style, new voice actors, new storylines, new everything. He reset, so like they literally reset the entire thing from the ground up with that one thing, and they could have done that with this fucking movie, and instead they didn't.
Interesting. Is the Flash CW? Is he in the Flash movie?
Nope.
I thought he was supposed to be.
Yep.
Why?
Because they're dumb.
Okay.
Because we got, here, let me throw the spoiler talk up so then people don't get mad. But spoiler talk, cameos that should have happened in the Flash movie that didn't. The only two that really fucking matter. This is not an opinion. This is like an actual fucking, like, I'm making a point here. Don't care what anyone says. This is the only two things that should have happened cameo-wise in the Flash movie talking about multiverse. Is Grant Gustin, the CW Flash, John Wesley Shipp, the original 1990 Flash. Those are the only two fucking people that should
The
have been
dad.
in the movie. The dad in the CW verse, yes, he was the original Flash for the series, like a 10 episode series, 12 episode series in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Those are the only two that should have been in it. What did we get? CGI Christopher Reeves, CGI Supergirl, old school Supergirl. Gal Gadot is in it. Aquaman is in it at the end. Batfleck is in it. Here's a big one. George fucking Clooney is in it.
He's in it?
Now that we're in spoiler talk, I'll go over that one in a second.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves' Superman is in it. And it's all CGI. It's a full-on, like, 30-second CGI clip of him fighting Brainiac.
Was he ever Superman?
There was supposed to be a Superman Lives movie, directed by Tim Burton, where it was going to be with him versus Brainiac. I think it was either Brainiac or Metallo, now that I say that out loud.
It's a cool throwback, but, like, it didn't actually happen.
Exactly. It's not a throwback. It's a brand new here, because they didn't even film any of it. You got, like, Adam West was in it. The original Superman was in it. And then, you ready for this? The actor Teddy Sears, who plays Zoom in the CW universe, was shown on a treadmill.
So they established that universe was a thing.
Well, so
didn't put those flashes in it.
Let me break your fucking mind more. Flash TV series, Crisis on Infinite Earths, right?
Ezra's in it.
Ezra's in it. Grant Gustin gives him the name The Flash.
I remember seeing the clip. I saw the clip.
Yeah. Like that's how, like, continuity wise, he never had the name The Flash until that moment. And then it's just like completely didn't get rid of it. Yeah, so you ready for this? So the George Clooney part. Big spoiler talk here. So are you ready for me to ruin the movie? First off.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Supergirl dies. Keaton's Batman kills himself. No. Supergirl from, like, the movie. Sasha Callie.
Okay.
She dies.
All right.
She gets stabbed. Michael Keaton's Batman dies. Evil Flash is the other version of him, and he goes evil because Supergirl dies, and he keeps trying to reset the timeline to save her, and it doesn't work. So he just becomes evil after a while. Everything gets done, whatever, this, that, do. End scene, Flash is outside of a fucking courthouse waiting for Bruce Wayne, and out from the car comes a person. It was supposed to be Michael Keaton, and the face is CGI'd with Clooney. And then it ends with the Flash, like, what? Huh? Like, awkwardly smiling, and then a tooth falls out. So out of all the cameos I just fucking said, they're all Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. The only two other live-action people who are literally called The Flash never show up in the Flash movie. And they said that they cut them because their cameos weren't as important as the other ones. And there was a list of other cameos, such as Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, and all these other ones that they were going to do but never did, because, as I said, they didn't line up and they weren't as important.
Maybe Keanu Reeves was as a Batman that was never existed.
It was like, it's so fucking ridiculous, bro. It was so ridiculous seeing that. But where's the list? There's only a couple movies left. Let's see here. Now we get into September. The Equalizer 3, The Nun 2, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. The Creator is a weird one that seems really good. That's end of September. Kraven the Hunter. I might actually go see that one. Five Nights at Freddy's. Saw 10.
Is that the one movie?
I mean, they're coming out on the same day. They might as well be the same fucking movie. Dude, I'm just saying right now, if Mark Plyer isn't in Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm going to be upset.
If he isn't?
If he is not in there.
Yeah.
The Marvels, Dune 2. Dune 2 I will be seeing in theaters. The Hunger Game Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I want to see as well. Um, a Ridley.
Hey,
We have
sorry, that's dude music.
we have a Ridley Scott movie called Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix. Only reason.
Oh, joke,
Yeah, only.
joke 'em?
Yeah, as the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because Ridley Scott and Phoenix. And then
Maybe he'll break his curse.
Oh, and then to December to end the year. You ready for all this shit? To end the year, we start off with Wonka.
Another Wonka movie? Okay.
This is Wonka as a child because Timothy Chalamet is playing Wonka.
Oh, yeah, the
It's
one
that fucking one. Yeah. A second Chicken Run movie. Finally, after fucking 90 years.
God, almost 25 years. Yeah.
Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom is also coming out the same day as a untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Okay, I liked Afterlife. If I'm being honest with you,
Is that the
I
new?
enjoyed it.
Is that the newer one with the kids from Stranger Things? Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Mike from Stranger Things.
And then on the 22nd is Rebel Moon, the Zack Snyder Netflix one that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah, I actually didn't watch that. Did not watch that clip actually.
why am I not surprised?
Okay.
But not, it's originally those two were coming out on the same day. Apparently, though, I saw something saying like that they were supposed to be like releasing on the same day, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna move Aquaman up," and it was one of those things like, "Yeah, you probably should."
Good. I mean, still not going to do very well.
No. Especially if a lot of things I've been seeing about that too. But
Shame.
that's about all I got. Other than one final thing.
Okay.
One thing.
Yeah.
To ruin it all.
Yeah.
It's been found.
They found it.
It's been found. And it's funny though that Beckett completely shit on the guy that fucking found it though. Did you see that? So the guy didn't send it to Beckett for grading. He sent it to a different company.
Who's Beckett?
Beckett's like, I think if I remember correctly, Beckett is the grading company.
No, it's PSA is the one they went to.
Are you sure? Because I thought I thought Beckett was the
Beckett
one.
might be for like Magic cards. PSA is like the universal one.
Okay, because they were like you should have went to us, and they sent back like this like giant picture of like this is what we would have given you for that instead of just some rinky dink fucking thing with it being the one thing, like that sort of thing. It was like
No, I think PSA is like the I think that's like the most used one.
okay.
There's like no.
I think it's the most used one because it's the cheap option of the two. So
It's not that cheap.
Really?
I actually looked into it because I was like, because I have a version of the One Ring that's super rare, and it's up to like $2,000 now.
Jesus.
And so, it's right now on TCG. It's selling. There's 9 on TCG as of this moment.
Oh.
And it's between 1,200 and 2,000. And
well, damn.
I was like, well, let's see how much it would be to get it like
graded,
authenticated. Yeah, graded. On that website, if it's, I have to put like, it's when you send it, you have to put like estimated value on it because that's like because you send it to them, so it's almost like an insurance thing.
Oh, okay.
So you have to say how much it's worth. So like if I say it's worth $1,500, it's $75 to get it graded. And then say it was $2,000, it'd be 100, and it keeps going up. So like that's not cheap. And I imagine what's I think I still have it up. What would be PSA grading prices for something that's worth what, 2 million?
Yeah, right. The biggest offer has been 2 mil.
God. All right. It would probably.
I was gonna say
it would be 10,000. It'd be $10,000 to get it graded.
What do you want to bet that dude didn't fucking go through that and just was like sent them and like
yeah, no, he probably just went. You need to grade this.
Yeah.
And then I'll pay you whatever after.
But that, or even just was like, it was like, look, I have the One Ring card.
Yeah. And they probably went, oh yeah, we'll just do it.
Yeah.
So this premium it's all value. So like so it's premium 10. So anything with 249
Also, I do
999 or less.
I do love the fact that it got a 9 out of 10.
Well, I think it's because the printing quality on Magic cards is so bad.
Probably, but I just found that was the part that as well that I found hilarious. Like I got the Jagger sent me the picture of it, so I'm looking at it. I'm like, motherfucker. But then the very next thing I went was, it's a 9 out of 10. You know. But the fun thing with that though is the prices have dropped.
Oh, yeah, they have dropped. You can buy boosters for $40. I did not go to a local game store to see how much because I was like, they found it in the last 24 hours. No way this fucking guy's just gonna drop his prices right away.
Yeah, no. Right now, it is at $41.99 on Amazon, and I know for a fact earlier in the week because I was thinking about buying more of them, it was up to 70. I saw at one point because I saw 70 and I went, haha, no.
No, and especially now that they have it, like,
Well, and the cool
I
thing
mean,
is as well is that, and I will say this, they did a fantastic job with this, and I'm gonna put this up over your head as well, so I can show, like, actually show it. Right here on the actual image for it, it actually now says found no longer available for the 101 serialized ring. Like they actually have that.
oh, also
like,
found out
that's kind of cool that they did that.
wasn't available in sample packs.
Nope.
And because I saw a video of a guy opening 80 sample packs.
What a dumbass.
Don't know how he got them. I don't know if he bought 80 packs and broke them down. 80 commander decks.
Imagine buying 80 commander decks.
And in 80, he got one mythic foil. And so for me to get a mythic foil one ring is like crazy rare.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing it's available in.
I was gonna say, so when you sent, I mean, and yet again, fucking big looks fair in there for DeNutte for this one. When he sent me the message saying, "Hey, they're back online," they were $29.99 then.
I wish I had bought more.
Yeah, I bought two, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get fuck all from the two that I got from Amazon. However, though, I did get a lot of cool scene cards and some cool showcase. So, like, I still got good cards.
I got two pre-release cards in one of my packs, in one pack.
I'm telling you, it's fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm still.
Oh, have you seen the Secret Layer stuff?
Yeah.
Have you seen them roasting the Lord of the Rings one?
Yeah, I don't blame them. I genuinely.
Well, because it's a $30 pack and you're getting cards that are worth $3. Actually, one of the cards I got was a pre-release card. That's why I bring it up, because I got the Gandalf pre-release card.
Yeah.
The one that's in that Secret Lab. But I am going to get the Goblin one. I'm probably going to order that after we talk here.
Yeah.
Because the Goblin one, I'm going to build a real nice Goblin deck, and I might change it up, not just to be entirely Goblins.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna go Goblin Orc?
I'm gonna go Goblin, and then I'm gonna make a discard deck.
Oh, so Goblin discard, interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that because I like the deck, but I don't really play it because it's too cheap.
That's fair.
Because it's actually just a mean deck.
Well, it's like
mean. What's up?
I was gonna say it's one of those things. Like I know that people have the different. Because of course, still learning about Commander, people still have they have the power ratings for their decks.
Yeah, I don't understand them.
I don't understand that either. But because I'm sitting there like, what do you mean this is a 3? Like, shouldn't all your decks be like, you're trying to fucking win? Like they're good decks like that, like that sort of thing. It's like, oh no, this is my fuck around deck. It's like, so you just made a deck then. Like you
so it's it's like a whole thing with like local Commander nights is that like there's casual, then there's like competitive, and like, well, like, aren't you gonna try to get the best one you can? I don't know.
Yeah,
with the money. And then the precons nowadays are like competitive, like, you've gone through yours. You imagine, yeah. So like I've gone through my my Sam and Frodo deck. That deck is fucking stacked.
Yeah, this deck I've gone through it, but I don't understand a lot of it. So,
because it's all new stuff.
Yeah, it's new to me. So. I mean, that's the thing. It's new stuff to me, but then also there's like 3 different terms that I was reading. I was like, I don't understand.
See, that's you gotta learn it. And so like, but the joke is, the card does what it says it does.
Yeah, right. Because
you're just like, there's the assumption you read it and you're like, oh, I know what it does, and you're like, but like, that has the effects. You're like, a lot of the stuff, like, does that affect me, or does it affect everyone, or does it just affect one person?
I'm really hoping about was that like I just uploaded today the unboxing of it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but
So
yeah.
so I opened it. So I opened. So I just literally this is the unboxing. Is I opened it up. I opened up the fucking pack that I had with it. The pack that I had with it. I didn't get shit from, and then I just went through just and it's just me going through every single card, just kind of like giving it a quick second on screen, and me just kind of reading bit every now and then, and just not understanding anything I've read. But also, it is interesting because like this is a Riders of Rohan deck, but yet it's more just human, all humans.
Well, that makes sense.
It
The Riders of
does.
Rohan are human.
It does. I was like I'm sitting there like I
Are
want
you gonna put your Soul Ring in there?
no.
It's a human deck. Human Soul Ring.
I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, you're right about that. No,
I mean,
the one
that's worth a
that's
couple $100 right now.
yeah, the one that sucks right now for me is on Arena. I've been trying to make more and more decks from the Lord of the Rings set, right? So I just changed up my Nazgul deck a little bit, and I added in Sauron, the Necromancer, to it, and I actually got to play it and pull it off, and it's fucking nasty. But I made that deck, my Nazgul deck I fucking love. I just made a Scry Elf deck that's blue and green. It's kind of nasty. It's literally the entire deck is just about getting out the elves and then scrying everything.
Yeah.
And then that boosts up all the elves. But now the next one I'm working on is the Rohan deck, but I'm having problems with it because it's white and red, and there's no true. At least I haven't seen anything truly yet that kind of makes sense between all the cards for like a symmetry, or not a symmetry, but a synergy. There we go, synergy.
Sorry, I heard something. I was like, what the fuck was that?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, so I haven't seen a synergy yet that I can find that I can make. And then the worst one that sucks is the Ents. I can't make a fucking Ent deck because there's only
Not enough end cards.
there's only 3 Ent
Well,
cards.
three.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like 3 or 4, and all of them are 5 mana or more.
I have and then there's a couple enchantment and stuff, but
Yeah,
I think in the Frodo deck it has a couple ant stuff in them.
yeah. So I was like,
Harry and Pippin are in the deck too. They're partner cards.
Yep. So I was going to, if I do an Ent deck, I'm gonna go with. I'm going. I mean, it's the only way I can do it is it's going to be an Ent Hobbit food deck, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only way I can do it because then most of the hobbits it feels like they give mana, so it's like easy to get to my Ents sort of thing. But like I don't fucking know at this point. So, but yeah, that's Magic talk right there.
That's magic, baby.
That's Magic, baby. Next set that comes out is the Wilds of Eldraine, which comes out in a couple months. So, excited for that. I still have this to open.
Doctor Who decks come out August. Is that the Lord of the Rings one?
Yeah, this is the starter kit.
Mine doesn't come in until tomorrow.
I haven't opened this yet, so I don't actually know what's in it.
You'll get arena things out of that.
Yep. The only thing that is interesting is that it does say it comes with 2 decks, but then it says each with 4 rare cards and 1 foil mythic. So the foil mythic obviously is the 2 on the front. But I'm wondering if the rare cards are the same in every single one or not. I'm assuming they are, but the way that the back has it written makes it sound like they're not. You know what I mean?
Interesting. And no, that's yeah.
Because it just says each with 4 rare cards. It doesn't say that.
Have you seen the Game Night Magic pack where it's 5 decks?
Probably, but probably not.
It's like a pentagon shaped box, and it has 5 decks, 5 standard decks, and it's each deck is a mono deck.
Oh,
And then
okay.
like the mono face of the deck for a couple of the decks are cards that are only available in those decks. So it's like they are like worth money. So like the thing itself is like $50, but they're worth money because you can only get them in that. So people are like, do I buy the thing or just buy the cards?
That's funny. I mean, to wrap this up, this is the same thing with the fucking Lord of the Rings bundle right now.
Mm-hmm.
One ring from that is $50.
It's insane. I have it. I was like,
yeah.
I was thinking to give it to my girlfriend because she doesn't have a One Ring.
Well, you mean John will have it. I mean, honestly, just buy her a bundle because the bundle is like 45 to 50.
No, bundles are like $100.
No, not right now. They're not.
They go down.
So that bundle you're thinking of is the gift bundle. Gift bundle
No.
prices. Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
the last I saw, the bundle was only like 45.
No,
I'm gonna look right now.
unless they changed it.
They may have. Also, I love the fact that the collector booster pack now is down to a 2-star rating.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, yeah. Done.
Let's see here. Those are commander decks. Don't give a shit about the commander decks. That is
Currently unavailable online on Amazon.
Yep, that's what I'm saying here too. The last time I saw it was at like 50.
At the local game stores, they're going for 80 to 90.
That's crazy.
So,
So from that, yeah, makes sense.
so they're like, I'll just buy this one card.
Yeah, yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, just buy the one card. What does
Let's
it
look.
on TCG?
Let's look at this local.
TCG is 90 as well.
Yeah. So, trash.
Yep. Lord of the Rings collector boosters on there are 33 right now, though. So interesting. But yes, that's kind of what we got for everyone.
Yeah.
You got
I don't
anything?
know.
Got any last things to say?
Make sure you wash your butts.
There you go. I just rolled a 16. I go first. So, hopefully everyone has a good 4th of July. If you celebrate that, if you don't, then hey, Canada Day was yesterday. So,
Fuck Canada.
in a non-fun way or a fun way.
Blame Canada.
Right now, yeah, big time. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, been on where you are. More than happy to even nice day. Stay safe. We, as always, will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.